US President has again threatened India with additional tariffs. He has stated in a tweet that any country exporting or trading with the Islamic Republic of Iran will be subject to a 25% tariff. Indian tariffs for exports to the US market stand today at around 50%. This has been increased from the earlier 10% to the 50%. But the situation in Iran is to be seen with a hand of caution so that the Indian rice export sector is not subject to huge losses. The US President has again threatened India with additional tariffs. He has stated in a tweet that any country exporting or trading with the Islamic Republic of Iran will be subject to a 25% tariff. Now, first of all, we would like to clarify that Indian tariffs for exports to the US market stand today at around 50%. This has been increased from the earlier 10% to the 50%. So first of all, it is not clear that whether this 25% is over and above the 50% or he has just made a generic statement. This development is ongoing and it will have to be seen what is the impact of this. When we talk about the trade with Iran, Iran is a very important market for Indian exports. Iran is the second largest buyer of rice from India. Iran imported nearly $760 million worth of grains in the last financial year, weighing about 850,000 metric tons. This year, from April to November 2025, Iran has imported around $468 million worth of goods, around 600,000 metric tons. All the exports to Iran are nearly Basmati rice. Iran imports nearly 99% Basmati rice, and most of these exports are from India. So Iran is a very, very major market. More concerning about the situation is that the bazaars in Iran have been deeply affected by this tariff, by the unrest, due to which the entire supply chain has reported a collapse of the money flow, and almost 2,000 crore rupees worth of payments from Iran are due to Indian exporters. Moreover, the importers in Iran are not in a situation to honor their commitments. This has resulted in piling up of stocks at major ports such as Bandar Abbas and Chabahar port, and even at Indian ports where exporters are now hesitant to export to Iran. More concerning with respect to the US situation, if we talk about the threat made by the US President, even if it is an additional 25% tariff imposed over the current 50% tariff, that will not have so much of an impact on our export volume, because we have seen that in spite of an increase from 10% to 50%, exports to US have continued, mainly on account of the indispensable nature of Indian Basmati rice in the South Asian and Gulf food pallets. So the diaspora from these regions is consistently purchasing Indian rice, and due to its very nominal share in the overall food basket expenditure of an average American, this has not resulted in a fall in export volume from India. So even if this tariff is increased from 50% to 75%, it will not have a major impact on our exports to the country. The more concerning situation is the development in Iran, because if the situation continues as such, we have seen that in the past week, 1121 parboiled rice, which is the largest quantity which is exported to Iran, is a Basmati rice variety. The prices for that variety have fallen by 5 rupees per kg in the wholesale market. Last week, the same commodity which was trading at 80 rupees per kg is now being sold at 75 rupees per kg. The fall in these prices can directly be attributable to the situation in Iran, as there is a huge pile-up of stocks in the market. The Indian Rice Exporters Federation has issued a general advisory to all its members and to the rice community in general that they should be very cautious in making further exports to Iran, and they should wait and watch for the situation to clarify. Because if the situation spirals further, this could result in further losses for the Indian export community. Though this is not the first time that we are seeing such a situation in Iran, we have seen several unrest situations in the past, and even in parallel countries like Yemen and Syria, where we have even seen civil wars, the rice trade has continued. Payments have come and business has gone as normal. But the situation in Iran is to be seen with a hand of caution so that the Indian rice export sector is not subject to huge losses.